All right, Galvin, back over to the Forbes list.
All right, so Forbes, not known for knowing about rock and roll or anything like that. They know money and stuff, but
I don't know why they would even come out with this list unless it was tied to money.
I don't know. For some reason, they say the top 10 greatest rock guitarist of all time. Okay, so we're talking rock, but
we all agree. We would all say Eddie Van Halen is the top one.
Is that who you're picking?
No, but I'm saying, do we all say that? Or I would say Eddie Van Halen is the top guitarist of rock and roll guitarist of all time.
I will tell you on this list, Eddie comes in at number 2.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix comes in at number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'd say Robert Plant just because
You'd say Robert Plant is the greatest guitarist of all time.
Jimmy Page, yeah.
Jimmy Page, the great Zozo from Led Zeppelin, comes in at number 4.
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck does not make this list.
What?
The Rolling Stones. What's his name? Keith Richards.
Keith Richards comes in at number 5.
Oh.
Now, this is where I don't understand stuff. Greatest rock guitarist of all time. Keith Richards, Rolling Stones, arguably one of the greatest bands of all time. So many hits and stuff and everything. Keith Richards, I don't put him on any list of greatest guitarists.
Successful, not
successful,
greatest. Yeah.
and writes some good songs and stuff and everything. But when I think of like greatest guitarist, I think a guy who can really play.
But can I ask you this?
And his style,
right? His style is he kind of does that bluesy guitar style that everybody kind of copied for a while. He was kind of a pioneer in that.
I think it's got to, like, some guitarists, you hear them and you know exactly who that is right away.
Yeah, but I think he's one of those people.
Yeah.
He's been copied so many times after that, but I think he's one of those people that kind of jangy blues guitar that he plays is so identifiable.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler, who is fantastic guitar player, not on this list.
And now he's one of those guys that has this. You hear that Mark Knopfler guitar and you go, that's
all right.
Yeah.
Clapton.
My brother Jeff, who plays guitar, told me a long time ago, if you see a guy that's playing lead and he's not using a pick, that guy's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
And you have guys like that, like Mark Knopfler, who doesn't really use a pick very much. Eric Clapton, you said, Joe.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton comes in on this list at number 7.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
This is Forbes' list. Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of my favorite guitarists of all time, unbelievable, does not come in the top 10.
What?
not a rock and roll guitar.
What about Tom Morello?
Tom Morello, not on the list.
Not on the list at all.
Not on the list.
Ed Sheeran.
Man.
Stop it.
Okay.
Tom Morello is inventive.
Right.
Yeah.
Distinct sound.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that?
Recognizable.
It's gonna get loud or whatever. This might get loud. If they did that now, Tom Morello would be great to be in that. You know,
Prince.
Unbelievable guitar player, comes in at number 6. Comes in at number 6.
self-taught. Who are we missing?
I bet Wes Borland was number 11.
I wish.
Yeah.
Is this just top 10?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
top 10.
He was definitely number 11.
Top 10.
Wes Borland.
I will tell you that they put in somebody in their top 10 that should be on every list. And I said about it whenever we were talking about the Rolling Stone one. I go, Joni Mitchell's on there. This guy's not in the top, whatever he was. I don't even think they had him in the top 50, which was crazy. Great guitar player. Gone way too early is one of the big problems. But unbelievable guitar player.
Dead guitar player.
Comes in at number 10. Yes.
David Bowie.
You shut your mic off.
No, what is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Number 10 for Forbes, greatest rock guitarist of all time, Randy Rhoads.
Oh,
yeah.
Randy Rhoads.
That was
unbelievable.
Gonna be my next guess.
Yeah. Number 9, David Gilmour.
okay.
Another one. You hear him, you know it's him.
Number 8, I do not agree with. Number 8, he should not be on this list. He should not be in the top 10. Pete Townsend.
I mean,
He can barely play lead.
Yeah, but he had style.
yeah, and he's one that everybody
If you're talking about
copies.
styles,
Yeah.
you know,
I know, but I don't know what they're.
those are great songs, great band, this and that and everything. But if you're just
But I mean, the whole sound of.
But if you're
of
just
his guitar.
separating him and you're having him on guitar again, you know, and you go, who's better, this guy? And then you have Steve Vai. Who's better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Steve Vai, by the way, not on the list.
Oh,
Number 8 was where Townsend came in. Clapton comes in at 7. 6 is Prince. Number 5 is Keith Richards. Jimmy Page comes in at number 4. You got number 2 was Eddie Van Halen. Number 1 was Jimi Hendrix. I can tell you some of the honorable mentions on here. Honorable mention, Chuck Berry.
All right.
Chuck Berry, yeah, sure. Innovator, guy who created a sound with his guitar that many have copied.
Another person who's honorable mention, B.B. King.
All right.
Sure, blues guitar player.
This honorable mention, probably the best actual, barring Eddie Van Halen, this guy probably the best actual guitar player. Like if you're just talking about unbelievable guitar playing,
Right.
Like if you sat down and watched this guy compared to these other guys, whatever, Chet Atkins.
Oh yeah.
Chet Atkins is a killer.
His diet never worked for me though. I tried.
No.
Dude.
Gio just ate guitars every day.
Did
That
not
was
work.
great.
By the way, number 3 on this list, you guys still haven't got. Number 3, guitar player.
Slash.
Greatest rock guitar player? No, Slash not on there. I will tell you older than Slash. Older than Slash.
Yeah, Slash. How does Slash not make the list?
Looks like a wizard. Was in a very popular band. Their singer died.
Wizard band.
He looks like a wizard.
He looks like a wizard. Not, and we
Always plays the same guitar that he and his father built.
Brian May.
Brian May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brian May from Queen comes in at number 3.
He always plays the same guitar, and he was built by him and his father.
Yeah, him and his father built that guitar.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure has played other guitars, but he literally plays that maroon guitar that he has. Yeah, he and his father built it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See the show, you learn something every day.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Forbes. There's your list of what they say are the top 10 greatest rock guitarists of all time. I got to tell you, we were talking about one of my favorite guitarists of all time that you were talking about just recently is Jakey Lee. I love JakeyLee, man.
Jakey Lee was
So
good.
good.
I saw him. Yeah. I met BB King one time.
Yeah.
And that was really weird because I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the BB King concert first. And it was boring as all hell. I mean, it's great the first 3 songs. You're like, God damn, BB King, that's a legend right there. And then the same 3 songs and the next 2 songs.
It's
You're
very,
like, all right.
Yeah.
And it's very much every song that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's great, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but then when you go back and see him, he sits like on a throne, and you go in there and talk to him, and I made him laugh a couple of times. That made me
That's
happy.
cool.
I can tell you the cool factor with BB King is off the charts. Like the way he dressed, as the guitar, named it Lucille, just all that stuff. The coolest thing I think I've ever seen him do was somebody said something and he laughed and he clapped because he was agreeing, and he clapped like this with the back of his hand to his other hand. He was like,
you want to hurt his
like
fingers?
that. I don't know. It was just the way he did it. It was just like a cool thing. I was like, that's a cool way to clap.
Am I the only one thinking about Burger King
Dude, no, you're
You
not.
may have a problem.
in this conversation?
Chad
No?
Atkins.
Yeah.
No, Burger King.
All right.
Atkins
I guess it's just me.